Hello everybody, this review is on the new DC movie Blue Beetle. So the plot of this movie is this kid named Jaime Reyes just recently graduated from college and returns to his hometown to see his family again, and he one day tries to get a new job somewhere, and he finds that he's handed this burger box which holds an ancient artifact called a scarab, which is this high-tech world-destroying parasite weapon, and he opens it and it latches onto him, and it forms this exoskeleton armor, and he becomes the superhero Blue Beetle, while so much other people are trying to obtain the scarab, while Jaime tries to protect his family and try to live life as a superhero, and hopefully everything will change for the better. This movie was fine. Like, I thought it was just fine. It was, as you all know, like, I don't know if I said, but superhero movies nowadays, I'm kind of a little bummed up because, as you know, I'm a huge comic book fan, and for the most part, superhero movies nowadays, they mostly just feel like the same thing. Just a bunch of big budget blockbusters with a bunch of unfunny humor. Well, that's kind of what this is, but on the other hand, I actually did enjoy myself. Like, there was a lot about this movie I did find fun. Like, for one thing, I did think, like, a lot of the aspects of the story were done really good. I like how there's been a whole bunch of different versions of Blue Beetle in the comics. Like, the first Blue Beetle was more like just like a pulp noir style vigilante that just wore like a blue hat and such. The other one was more kind of just like another vigilante, but he actually had a suit and he had, agility powers. But like this one, I like that they did this version of Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes, because I think he has the most interesting backstory. So I definitely love the fact that of all the Blue Beetles, he's the one that got a movie because an alien parasite that latches onto him and he grows like a shield armor. Like that's a really cool concept, and you get some amazing uh, visuals with that. It almost kind of looks like body horror a bit. Like I really love all those vibes that they get with it because like lots of the sequences, like when showing how terrifying it looks amazing. And Blue Beetle himself, like I like him as a character, like and even in this movie he's done pretty good. He is kind of like that Shazam, Spider-Man type character where like he doesn't really know his powers, but he's like thinks it's all fun and games for all. In fact, this movie literally just felt like Shazam all over again. But because even the fact that it's even about family does kind of make it feel like, in fact, this is like Shazam 2.5. Like, but but the family aspect really does bring some emotional weight into this movie. I mean, I think everybody has great chemistry with each other, and you really actually buy them as a family, and especially near the climax, which I'm not gonna say anything, but it really makes you feel sorry for everybody because everybody they're not just a typical generic bickering sitcom type family. They actually do have a lot of heartfelt moments together, and like him and his sister or whatever. Like I think they both have really good moments together. George Lopez plays his uncle, and he's good when he's there. I mean, George Lopez is a funny guy, so I think sometimes it felt like he was trying a little too hard. But his character, like it was like he had his moments, but he was still fun to see. Susan Sarandon plays the villain, who's funny enough when she mentioned her name. I don't remember what her first name was. Her last name's Cord, and I was thinking, wait, the second Blue Beetle's name was Ted Cord, and yeah, they actually do acknowledge that. So I thought that was kind of a cool comeback callback to the other Blue Beetles because I like how even though it's focused on the most interesting Blue Beetle, they do have a bit of callbacks to the other ones. They acknowledge that there's been other types of Blue Beetles. So I kind of like how they acknowledge that others exist in this universe. So that was pretty cool to see. And it was fun. Like when the action's there, it's really good, and when the actual Blue Beetle storyline happens, like it's really fun. Sometimes it just feels kind of basic and really nothing new when it comes to superhero movies. But I guess to be fair, even the comics, Blue Beetle was kind of just more about his family, and he kind of just felt like that typical young superhero. But maybe I mean, I like Blue Beetle as a character, but like maybe I'll try to get into him even more after seeing this movie, like this version specifically. So because I'm, I'm, because this movie probably might, interest me in checking out like some Blue Beetle comics or whatever. So yeah, the movie, while it doesn't really bring anything new when it comes to superhero movies much, I still thought it was a fun time. I mean, it's not very long and it has a really good pace. It's a fine movie. Like lots of it, most of the humor is not funny. There is a lot of forced humor, but none of it really hurts the movie, and it's better. And at least it did feel consistent, like unlike The Flash, where it didn't really know what it wanted to be. This movie felt like its own story, and it knew what it wants to be, and it's a really good entry point in the DCEU, which there's all this debate whether it's ending or not this year, which it's really hard being a DC fan, but the movie, like, it's fine enough. Like, if it works best if you just want to see something interesting and fun, like, it's worth seeing. But it's not a movie I'd watch a heck of a lot, but I thought it was fine for what it was, and I did enjoy myself for the most part. It didn't really bring anything new to the table for me to enjoy. Like, whoa, a superhero movie that feels actually different and unique to the character. It just kind of felt like everything else. So, but don't let that discourage you. If you want to see the movie, that's great. I think it is a fun time regardless. So, and for the trailers, I got Dune Part 2. Oh, this movie looks incredible. The first Dune was amazing, and I really think this one's going to be a really good follow-up. I don't know. I didn't even know the story of Dune before this movie came out. Still don't even know the story. I never read the book, so that's going to make it more cool to see how the story is going to continue. So I definitely can't wait for this one. I got Gran Turismo, which is funny. Isn't this movie already playing? I could be wrong, but it looks pretty good. I think I'll check it out. I got The Creator. This one looks pretty good. I'll have to check this one out. I think who's directing this one again? I don't know. Yeah. Gareth Edwards, the director of Godzilla and Rogue One. So I'm really interested in seeing this because if he's got a good track record, this movie must be good. So I'm pretty interested in checking this one out. I got The Marvels. Again, from what I'm hearing, it just sounds like another like bland, unfunny superhero movie. Can we not have serious superhero movies anymore? I guess we did have the Batman, and Black Adam mostly took itself seriously, but aside from that, most superhero movies aren't funny. Like, unless, like, they're characters that are meant to be like Spider-Man or Deadpool and such, because it just kills the tension. I feel like this is exactly why superhero movies were dying in the 90s. They were more focused on being corny and silly as opposed because people didn't want that. But now people want that. You people are the reason we got Thor Love and Thunder, remind you, so. And plus, I haven't seen Miss Marvel, so. Yeah, I don't know. And really, like, I don't know, maybe this is a thing. Maybe this is a storyline in a Captain Marvel comic, but the whole power switching thing, they already did that in Rise of the Silver Surfer. So if this is like a new, fresh idea that's specifically made for the movie and it's not inspired by anything, it just feels like Rise of the Silver Surfer again. And most people don't even like Rise of the I mean, I didn't mind it, but most people don't probably don't want to be reminded of Rise of the Silver Surfer. So I got I got Paw Patrol the Mighty movie. Why did I get a trailer for a Paw Patrol movie before this? I mean, granted, the Paw Patrol the Mighty movie does look like it's about characters getting all the characters getting superpowers. And this is a superhero movie, so and I admittedly have seen the first Paw Patrol movie, and it was um not for me, but it was fine enough. I mean, it was cute. It tried to feel like a movie. It had animation that was way better than it had any right to be. It's a movie that exists, but it's not something I'd want to see a sequel to, at least not in a movie theater. No way I'm seeing this in a movie theater. So, yeah, Paw Patrol, yeah, I think you all know I'm not even gonna bother seeing this. So, and I got The Nun 2. I haven't seen the first Nun. I do know it's part of the Conjuring series, and I keep meaning to see the Conjuring movies. I actually hear they're really good, so. And this movie, it looks like it might be pretty good, so. I don't know, maybe I'll check out the first Nun. I don't think you need to watch the other Conjuring movies first, but. Yeah, maybe I might check it out. Maybe I'll see the first Nun just for the heck of it, so. So yeah, Blue Beetle overall was okay. It wasn't amazing, nowhere near great, but I mean it was better than The Flash, as I said, and there's a lot in it that does make it entertaining and fun. It's a good way to, just kill some time, so it's overall good. Like it's fine. It's not a movie I'd watch a billion times, but if it's like on TV or something again and nothing else is on, like it wouldn't hurt me. So yeah, Blue Beetle, like I thought it was entertaining. Like that's the best way to describe it. It was entertaining. It was decent. Like definitely not one of the best superhero movies in recent years, but I liked it enough. So yeah, Blue Beetle, like if you want to see it, like it's worth a trip to the theater if you're just bored. So yeah, Blue Beetle, I thought it was pretty good. It was decent. So see you when I return.